going to talk with you guys about how to maximize your value and how to get top dollar in this market that we're currently in. Now, if you look back and you remember what it was like 6 months or 12 months ago, you're starting to feel that it's a little bit different. I'm hearing that from sellers, my current listing clients, as well as from agents around, starting to grumble a little bit that homes aren't flying off the market like they were, right? So we have to be a little bit more competitive, a little bit more strategic, especially in the pricing. After 28 years, I can tell you that the number one reason why homes don't sell is because of their pricing strategy and their price point. You got to remember that when you sell a house, even when you buy a house, you're buying in the market. You're not creating a market. So you really have to understand what the market is, not what it was 6 months or 12 months ago. Even if your neighbor sold for 100,000 more than you are looking at these days, not that we're seeing that drastic of a price change these days, but just for instance, right? If your neighbor sold for a whole bunch and you're going, well, I want that. Well, that was 6 months or 8 months or 10 months ago, different market than what we're in today. And we don't know all the details of the information that went along with that transaction. So it's completely different worlds. Understanding what the market is doing today is the big thing. Understanding that with the exposure we have online anymore, if you're not pending in 3, 4, 5 weeks or longer, there's a good chance that it's your pricing strategy and you just missed the market. I'm going to share with you here a whiteboard that I did just to give you a visual on this. Hopefully you can see that okay. Over my career, I can tell you that it's the center here. This is where solds live, by the way. It's been 3 to 5% list to sold price ratio as far back as I can remember. Almost always. I don't know if it's ever been any different. It's always averages 3 to 5% difference between what you sell a house for and what you listed it for. And so that's kind of the sweet spot that you want to be in. This is where solds live. This is where those happy sellers are that put their house on the market and they sell, right? Now, if you are in a declining market, you might have to get a little bit more strategic even on it than that and be a little bit tighter, right on the money with your list price. In an appreciating market like we've had over the last 8 or 10 years, then you can reach a little bit. And we saw some of that too, didn't we? But in this market, it's kind of starting to cool off, mellow off a little bit. More competition, more homes hitting the market, more negotiation starting to happen. If you're on the market for that 3, 4, 5 weeks or longer and you're not pending, or you're not getting the showings that you were hoping for, it's kind of quiet around the house, you're not getting a lot of people through, or you've had a ton of people through and you don't have any offers. Those are the things you want to watch for. That's a pretty good indication that you're over 5% above where the market is actually going to bear for you. So that's this 10% up here. They don't sell. Those are the ones that usually expire. And then they call somebody like me or another agent. They say, hey, my agent did a terrible job and they didn't sell my house. And we go out and look at it and we just lower the price and get it within that 3 to 5% of where the market is. Now, if you're only looking at solds from 6 to 12 months ago, it can be really, really deceiving because we're in a different market today than we were 6 or 12 months ago. You need to look at pendings and actives so you know what your competition is, how you stack up against that, and how the market is trending. If you have questions about pricing your home or putting your house on the market or what selling looks like to you, or maybe what your net would be if you were to sell in this market and how to get top dollar, how to prep your home to really maximize the value, I'm always willing to help with no obligation and no pressure. I'm not that kind of a real estate agent. So if you just have questions, you really want to figure it out and gather the information, see if this is a good time for you to sell, direct message me, shoot me an email at troyschuyler@kw.com, or you can visit me online at troyschuyler.com. Just make sure you spell my last name correctly because it's kind of different. It's SCHUYLER. So troyschuyler.com, and you can contact me through there as well. So happy to help. God bless you guys, and thanks for watching.